Hello rattlings and welcome back to my house. So last week we were pretty much just doing Lincoln blocking, the regular Lincoln block process with a couple of headers here and there that were a little bit different than they normally would be. But that's pretty much just what we're going to be continuing to do this week as well. We have to get everything blocked up to the level of the second floor. At that point, we can transition into framing and getting our floor package installed. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. I have a short week this week, so I got to get back into it. But I'll see you guys then. Yes, for those of you watching, Zion has left us. We definitely didn't kill him. But he's gone. He went back home, starting school up again. We got Natalie out here today getting her workout in. But other than that, it's just back to me and Alex.
Like post to post here, or all the way from the end? Because like I feel like I need another thing here to really bespoke on that side.
Well, I guess one thing that I kind of think about a lot with the windows is it's pretty important that they're straight up and down, but it's not so important that they're perfect right when you start. So it's really important to get them in the right place at the bottom, but as you go up, every layer you can kind of pull it around and affect the plumb. So you don't have to worry so much when you first get them in. It's a thing that is adjusted little by little as you go up. So pay attention to it, every layer you put on there, pay attention. Make sure you're checking your plumb and then knock it into the right place and nail it in place. Keep going. But yeah, here you're free to go up.
All right. Yeah, because I feel like
here we'll just have to put it out. So you can go up at least one. Because like you'd be like here, yeah, the table would be here, and you're like slap.
Yeah.
Light on.
Table's here?
No, table's that way.
Table's here. Oh yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah. Well, one higher than that, yeah. So you can put one on there. So I've got my master bedroom windows blocked in. On my plans, they called for a huge header. Well, on the plans, the windows were right in the center of the wall and touching each other. And they called for a big, chunky header across the top. But because they're a lot smaller than they were in the plan and they're spaced so far apart, we actually used a much smaller header than what's intended. Instead of, I think it was supposed to be 10 inches thick, ours are about 8 inches thick instead and quite a bit shorter. These went mostly okay. There was something that happened on this wall here because I was nailed in on this side but not nailed in to the same level of nailed in over here. When we foamed it the first time, the foam actually got up underneath some of the risers and pushed the whole wall up and kind of kicked it off kilter, high on the left, low on the right. And so as I was doing the courses above that, I had to fix it little by little every course. I just straightened it out just a little bit until it was mostly level or pretty much right on level at the top. It wasn't perfect across the left and right of the window here, but it was close enough that, you know, we threw a strap in there, cinched everything down, got it nailed up, and it looks pretty good. So I wish it went a little bit better, but it doesn't look too bad, and I'm not too worried about it long term. So above these two doors here, we put in a kind of a non-standard header. The plan actually didn't call for headers in these two locations, but I figured I'd throw some in there. Yeah, I think it's better to be overbuilt than under, and it's not going to hurt anything. If anything, it'll make stuff a little bit stronger. They're a little bit weird. Normally with a header, it's we do California headers in Lincoln blocks normally, which is two pieces of timber kind of sandwiched together with a long spine piece on the top and bottom to make sort of like a H-shaped header piece that slips inside the wall and we nail it in. Those are great, they're very strong, but they also make a cold spot. So inside the Lincoln block wall, it's filled with insulation. Anywhere we have a header, this is a header over here, anywhere we have those in the wall, there isn't insulation. So you get a cold spot. If you took like a thermal camera or whatever, you'd have cold patches above windows and above doors that are connected to the outside. What I'm doing here on these two doors, even though they're not connected to the outside, this is mostly for strength. We've come up with a header that we're going to get the calculations done engineering wise, but we think it could be kind of promising from a couple perspectives. We're using a little I-joist, which is quite a bit stronger than the timbers that we normally would be using for headers, but it also gives us a gap inside the wall. So when we build up over it and we foam down in that area, we're going to spray foam and fill the cavity on both sides of the eye joists, and we shouldn't get cold spots. I'm not going to be doing my headers that way because they weren't engineered to be done that way, and I think the building department would get on me about it. But in areas like this where headers weren't called for in the first place, it's not going to be an issue for us. But hopefully, once we do the calculations for these, it'll show, we'll be able to compare them to how a regular or a traditional header would perform. And if they perform as good or better, we might just be using them everywhere instead of just places like this. Yeah, so I'm taking and just planing off the bottom of my stair stringers because they're going to sit right on the concrete, or they would be sitting right on the concrete. So what we're doing instead is we have a piece of treated 2x4 post that's going to run across the floor that all these notches in this bottom of the stringer are going to kind of sit in. That'll let us secure it to the concrete, and it'll also, as long as I do this, I'm basically knocking the bottom of the stair stringer off so that when it's sitting on top of these pieces of treated 2x4, the untreated wood is, maybe a quarter of an inch off of the concrete. Concrete is you're supposed to think of it as a wet surface all the time. Even if you have a vapor barrier, which we do underneath the pad here, concrete still is considered to be wet. So you have to separate your untreated wood away from the concrete, otherwise they can rot. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm making sure there's some airspace between the concrete and the actual wood. Alex is cutting a bunch of treated 2x4s so that we can basically frame out the other side of the staircase. The stairs are going to be right up against this structural wall right here, the 2x6 timber wall right there. One side is going to be touching that. The other side, we're basically building another structural wall up against the concrete wall out of treated 2x4. So on one side, the stairs are going to be up against that structural wall. On the other, they're going to be attached to the treated 2x4 wall. Okay, and he's just cutting the lengths for it right now.
Actually 8 feet or like?
Yeah, they're an exciting 8 feet. Okay, now you can come down. We're building our staircase right now. We have one structural wall on one side. We're building the second structural wall on the other side right now. And because it's in contact with this concrete wall and the floor, it needs to be treated wood at the bottom all the way up. So we're ram setting this into the ground to give us a base to work off of, and then we're going to be building the wall up from there. Hit it again, there. That was good. All right, let me bonk it a little. No, it was pretty much nearly perfect. Do a tiny. Now it's perfect. Okay. Wait, give me that back.
Does it not have to be completely against the wall? It just has to be level?
Yeah, so it's more important for this to be plumb than it is for it to be right on the wall. So it's actually, to be a little off the concrete is good. Like it lets it not be directly in touch with something that is wet. Okay, so we're gonna knock this out, and then we're gonna move this guy over to in line with that, and then nail it. All right, you wanna check them? One here for the end, and then work from there.
And we're done.
Wait. A little crazy there. Well, let me pin the bottom because the bottom is based. I'm just gonna go pin a bunch of bottoms.
It's kind of suggestive.
This is a PG channel, Alex. This is my Christian stream. Is it about Wicked?
I don't know if it's about Wicked. It's about the Wicked Witches.
Oh yeah.
It's like, she came to me in a bubble. All right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it needs to go left up here.
Up there? Wow. Down here anyway. What does that one look like?
Good. It looked good. Yeah, so
You think it's the way the landing zone
So, like, on the other stairs, it was like this. And we had, like, the edge and then the ledge like that. And we took the stringer and we did, like, you know, the rise was 7 inches. We did 7, put the stringer at 7, next 7, 7. And then we put tread on, and then we put tread on. So, the stairs for this is going to be the top thingy, stringer, tread, hardwood.
Okay.
So the distance between the top of the tread and here needs to be the distance between tread to tread, or the rise. So the rise on the first one is the rise minus
The
tread.
-1 tread.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the side ones, we'll put like the corner hanger. It's pretty good though. The treads look really nice and level. Basically, we want this to line up like with the top. That's what it looks like.
Okay. Is that lined up with the top?
Yeah. And actually, we could throw hangers. Fair. I have to go to Home Depot.
For not having a third, fourth.
Yeah, we have 3 stringers, or 4 stringers and 3 hangers. Unacceptable. All right, now I just need to get it in position up there and nail it in. Yeah.
Now you just climbed it up without the post as a challenge.
It's actually pretty easy.
I would think so. It looks like I could do it, so.
Yeah, I mean, once they're nailed in at the bottom, it's not that bad.
Looks good.
Yeah.
You just gotta nail them in.
Well, we need the risers first.
What are the risers?
The risers are
The backboards?
yeah, like this part of the step.
Okay.
So those go in first, all the way to the bottom, and then the tread butts up against the riser.
Oh, okay.
So we can't nail these down until those are in. I also got to check, I'm not sure whether or not we should have like this much of a lip under here or not. And if we don't, then we got to rip these down so they're more flush. But regardless, pretty far along with the stairs at this point.
Sweet.
Like and subscribe.